Thank you so much for staying with us. If you are just joining us, you're watching the Daily Roundup on your home channel, NBC1. Now, the Global Shapers Community Windhoek is a dynamic group of young leaders making a positive impact in their local community. As part of their ongoing efforts, the Windhoek chapter has launched the EduVote 2024 campaign, an initiative aimed at empowering youth and increasing civic engagement through, that is, education and voter mobilization. To learn more about this exciting project, we have invited the EduVote project lead, that is Tuyamba Akwake, from the Global Shapers Windhoek Hub, of course, to discuss the goals, strategies, and of course the impact of the EduVote 2024 campaign. Very good evening to you, Akwake. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Absolutely. It's quite an interesting initiative here that you have, but if you can just break it down for us, provide rather an overview of EduVote 2024 campaign and its key objectives. What is it all about?
So EduVote is really about engaging the youth, and we're going into an election year.
Right.
Majority of the world is also going into elections, and we really want to create awareness around the electoral process, being a part of civic engagement, being an active member in our democracy, and we want to really prompt people to engage with political figures. We want to create a platform where political figures and youth can engage and share.
All right. Has there been perhaps an observation from the youth that they are not engaging enough when it comes to election or politics rather for this initiative to be birthed?
Yeah, 100%. So we took up this initiative because we did notice the lack of youth voter turnout in previous elections, and it's a big year for the world and a big year for Namibia. So we really want to implore people to exercise the democratic right and go out there and vote.
Right.
So we noticed that gap, and now we're trying to educate people and create awareness around the subject so that at the end of the day, we get youth to go to the polls and engage.
Very well. Of course, this is a campaign. What exactly are some of the activities you do during this campaign to educate the youth, of course, on all things elections?
Yeah. So we're running a social media campaign.
Okay.
And within that campaign, we have facts, we have Q&A sessions, frequently asked questions that we answer. So that's one of the ways that we're engaging. And then, of course, the panel discussion, where these political representatives and figures will be. That creates then a direct dialogue between the youth and the political figures, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys trying to hope to achieve from this? And rather, before I just get into that question even more, what has the response been from the youth so far that you've worked with throughout your social media campaigns, and of course the Q&As that you mentioned that you have? What has been the response like from the youth throughout these campaigns?
Yeah. So there is a desire to be more educated around political topics and our electoral rights.
Right.
And we've noticed that youth do want this information, and they do want it accessible. So one of the metrics that we've used to gauge this is that we have a pre-forum survey that we've conducted, and just looking at our attendees, how many signups we have. Right now we have around 102 signups for individuals to come through to the panel discussion that's happening tomorrow evening. So yeah, there is a very big uptake for youth to be informed.
All right. And now, how are you measuring the success of the campaign? You just mentioned that you, of course, have a survey that you're, working with, that you're trying to collect data from to, give out. But who are all the stakeholders as well that you're working with to, of course, to support you and, of course, support the initiatives that the campaign is also uptaking to make sure that, you have strong political not even political, but rather governmental backing for this event to be much more stronger?
Yeah, so we did reach out to a couple of relevant stakeholders and engage them on this. Although the Global Shapers Hub, we don't affiliate ourselves with any political party.
All right.
But what we wanted to do is have really a mixed panel, right? And within that mixed panel, there's youth representatives, there's political analysts, there is members of the relative parties.
Right.
And so we've engaged with them, and they're willing to help out in this way.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There are also, so many youth-led organizations looking to launch similar civic engagement, initiatives such as the one that you're currently having. If you could provide advice to any of those that are trying to, aspire into stepping into the same space, and of course inspire other members of the youth to, of course, also be part of, politics, and also cast their votes, especially now that we're heading into the votes. What advice would you have for that?
All right. I'd say anyone. It doesn't only have to be a youth-led organization. Any person who wants to change something or evoke some change has to first understand the gaps and the challenges that their specific target demographic is facing at that point in time. And once you understand the gaps, you can then start formalizing a strategy around that. So it's really about looking at the communities you aim to serve. What are they challenged with? What do they need? And then formulating a strategy or a concept around that.
Very well.
Yeah.
And is there anything else that you'd like to share about EduVote 2024, the campaign and the work of the Global Shapers Community, in Windhoek or more broadly?
Yeah, so the work of the Global Shapers is really to inspire, it's to drive social development, it's to create leaders. And this is just one of the many initiatives that we are doing to upskill or educate and assist the youth in learning, right?
That's right.
So we have we're actually running a program right now called the Shape Climate Program. Mm-hmm. And that's an initiative carried out by us that we're targeting relevant schools, right, universities, to come up with innovative solutions around climate change or sustainability around our environment.
Indeed.
So that's just some of the things that we do. And of course, the EduVote 2024 initiative. We really want people to turn out. Like I said, we have plus 100 signups at this point. We want more. We will be posting up, post this, another survey where we can also engage the youth a bit more and ask them, would they like to see more initiatives like this?
Absolutely.
So that's
well.
that.
Well, Tuemba, thank you so much for making the time, and of course kudos to you and your team for coming up with such an initiative. Very, very commendable work that you guys are doing. Wish you all the best for the future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was the project lead of EduVote, that is Tuemba Akwake from the Global Shapers Windhoek Hub. Just talk to us, of course, about the goals, strategies, and impact of EduVote 2024 campaign that they are running currently. With more interviews coming your way right here on Daily Roundup on your home channel, NBC. Stay with us.